Hey everyone, thanks for taking the time to prepare yourself for battle. Like we said last week, the biggest battles that you and I face aren't physical, they're spiritual. That's why we're talking about the armor of God from Ephesians chapter 6 in this current series that we're calling Modern Warfare. Now this week we're talking about the breastplate of righteousness. In ancient times, a breastplate was a piece of armor that was used to protect your vital organs, such as your heart and your lungs. Even in modern times, with modern warfare, body armor and bulletproof vests are crucial for going into battle. So as we think about going into spiritual battles, we need to do everything we can to protect ourselves from our spiritual enemies. Now this past Sunday, I gave 3 choices that we need to make if we're going to choose to put on righteousness. Be sure to check out that whole sermon later if you want more information or if you just want a refresher. Now today I want to quickly give you 3 more choices that we need to make if we're going to choose to put on righteousness. Number 1 is this: choose generosity over greed. Choose generosity over greed. Matthew 6:21, Jesus says this, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Now you may be thinking, what does my money and treasures have to do with righteousness? Well, think of it this way. Anything that competes with our love for God also competes with righteousness. And let's face it, how we spend our money is one of the clearest indicators of the condition of our hearts. Like Jesus said, for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. So if you want to make sure that your heart is in the right place and that it's protected from selfishness, choose generosity over greed. Number 2 is choose humility over pride. Choose humility over pride. James 4:6 says this, that God opposes the proud, but shows favor to the humble. See, pride is what got Satan kicked out of heaven. And God's not a big fan of pride, because when we're prideful, we tend to think that we're better than other people and that we're entitled to more than what we really deserve. So one way to combat pride is to stop comparing yourself to others and instead compare yourself to Christ. You see, nothing will humble you quicker than comparing yourself to the absolute perfection of Christ. So if you want more righteousness in your life, choose humility over pride. Number 3 is choose to please God over people. Choose to please God over people. Galatians 1:10 says, "For am I now seeking the approval of man or of God? Or am I trying to please man? If I were still trying to please man, I would not be a servant of Christ." Now, like we said on Sunday, righteousness is doing the right things for the right reasons. So it's not enough to do the right things. Our motives are crucial as well. And this verse starts off with a great question that provides us a filter for the decisions that we make every day. Am I now seeking the approval of man or of God? What if we ask that question throughout the day with the choices that we made, the words that we choose, the attitudes that we have, and so on? Am I now seeking the approval of man or of God? You see, when we choose to please God over people, we're on the right path to righteousness. And putting on the breastplate of righteousness protects our hearts in the spiritual battles that we face. So listen, don't go into battle without your armor on. You and I need it as we engage in modern warfare.